Welcome to the 23.2 recap. That's right, the workout came out 10 minutes ago and there's already a recap. So here we've got the video for 3 of the fittest athletes in the world starting their workout. There's Pat Vellner, Roman Krenikov, and obviously me. I'm just going to turn down Krenikov and Vellner a bit. Now, as you can see in the top corner here, this Sunday from 10 a.m. you can get a free 30-minute session at Recovery Lab. You can get the boots, you can get the sauna, you can get the, what's that one that no one likes? The ice bath. That's from 10 a.m. Sunday. Come and get your 23.2 recovery. We don't have Chipotle here in Australia, so as you can see, Chipotle is the main sponsor. But I have, I've made some calls, and the Open for all of Australia is actually sponsored by Larry's Recovery Lab in Alderley. So if you're one of our New South Wales or Victorian viewers, head on up for that 30-minute recovery session this Sunday. Okay, so this workout, honestly, when Rich Froning read it out, it confused me. I didn't quite understand the adding 5 each round. So you start with 5 burpee pull-ups, where you start down the end of your running track. You do 5 burpee pull-ups, then you do 10 shuttle runs. And what they're calling a shuttle run is a down and a back. So 20 lengths equals 10 shuttle runs. And as you can see, the top guys in the world are on shuttle runs. Me, I'm on shuttle runs. Pretty much same, and it maintains that for the bulk of the workout. I guess I should mention now that later on in this video, the time, so what you're looking at with CrossFit's thing, it's not a video that it's more a recording of a live broadcast. So the times get out of sync a couple of times, but I've tried to mend it back up as best as I could. Sorry, I post-worked out with a mini pizza and a Danish because I wanted to. Okay, this workout is pretty great. Most people will be, I'd say maybe over half of the people will be able to RX this thing, and those doing the scaled are, I would say, in a tougher boat because you are going to have to move quite a bit. This workout will get weird, whether it gets weird for you on the shuttle runs or whether it gets weird for you on the burpee phase. Something will happen where you just want to stop. It's uncomfortable, you want to slow down. If you keep half an eye on the lower left corner, you will see where I very much start to slow down on the 4th round of shuttle runs. Pretty slow. But with that situation, hopefully you'll be in here, I'm in the garage right now. You don't be in here tomorrow. If you're in here tomorrow morning, uncool, real uncool. But if you meet us at the gym tomorrow, very cool. So hopefully you'll be at the gym and you'll have a bunch of people screaming at you and things will go really well. It always helps to have more people in the room when you're doing these open workouts, especially something like this where it's not particularly high skill, you don't have to be particularly strong, it's just shut up and go for 15 minutes, which is a long time. Hopefully you'll be able to find one of the moves is a little more, a little more of a U move. So you've got, shuttles back and forth and pull-ups. So Nick, I just saw Nick in the gym this morning, so he's a good example. Nick is going to make some mad money on those shuttle runs, right? He has one gear and it's Vin Diesel speed. So in Nick's situation, he should try and push those shuttle runs a little bit. But pushing a shuttle run a little bit, keep in mind you're going to do over 100 lengths. If you do like say 5 rounds, you're going to do over 100 lengths of that little thing. So giving it a push means a 5%, 10% push. It's very small. You're going to have to hold yourself back. Or maybe you're confident that 15 minutes at Vin Diesel speed is for you. And I guess I'm not still referring to Nick specifically. But if you feel like you can just punch on for this thing, then please do. If you are judging tomorrow, and hopefully everyone will have a crack at the judging, it is super helpful to have everyone hang around and do judging. There may be no reps, like little error, no reps. Because you've got to get that 3 points of contact over the line. All right, not on the line. They're very specific about that. Not on the line, over the line. The way we're going to set it up in the gym is like I've been doing in the corner there. The mat line near the rig is one end, and then we've chalk marked the other end at 7.63 or whatever it was meters. So if your person goes down and there's a toe over the line, or in the case of one of the, because three of us did this workout this morning, one of the people in one rep went down and just brain fart moment, completely forgot to touch the floor. So if you have a no rep situation, whether it be in the shuttle runs or on the pull-ups, make sure you tell your person real fast. Because if you don't tell them fast on the burpees, they're already going down for another burpee when all they had to do was repeat the jump, potentially. And on the shuttle run, the longer you don't tell them, the further they've gone. Alright, so call those no reps real fast. If someone was judging for me, I would rather you call an accidental no rep, that costs me 1.5 seconds, than you hesitate and I keep doing the same dumb thing, and then down the track it costs me like 15 seconds because you're like, oh no, that didn't count, so that didn't count, so that didn't count. So be really quick on the no reps. So as you can see, these guys they've moved slightly ahead of me, but we've got the little thing up there of the workout. The 5 burpee pull-ups, if you can squeeze out, so these guys are doing strict burpee pull-ups, or burpee strict pull-ups, and I'm doing burpee strict pull-ups. The kipping takes a lot longer, but if kipping is what you need to get over the bar, RX the workout and get over the bar. Like your job during the open is a competition. Sure, on one level, it's just awesome that everyone participates. But on another, more accurate level, it's a competition. So it's important that you get the highest score and the highest rank that you can every single week of the open. That's why I do redos. Do I think moving up 85 spaces worldwide changes anything? No. I couldn't tell you any ranking I've gotten any year ever. I just don't know. But I want to be able to look back on every single one of my open workouts and think, yeah, that was a fair representation of my ability as a CrossFit trainee at the time. So like last week, we got to the end, and there was just so much going on in that workout last week. That was hectic. And I thought back on my workout, and I knew that I had made a tactical error on the toes to bar. So it was really important, and I say really important, it was really important to me that I redid that workout. That was the only person it was important to. Turns out it was also important to Jacob Briggs, but that's a different story. Briggsy came in and he did the workout with us this morning too, so that was cool. So you're after a big score. That's why, if you can do the RX version, do the RX version. Because from what I saw with last week's leaderboards, they ranked every RX score above every scaled score, and every scaled score above every foundation. Actually, the foundation scores might have been on a separate... Yeah, I'm getting out of my depth on that one. Okay, so as you can see, these guys are going straight down, but they're both doing the step-out burpees. So when you think of fast burpees or fit fast burpees, you think of kick out, kick in. They're not doing it. That's not the same reason I'm not doing it. If I did kick out burpees, I would probably die at this point. What are we, 8.5 minutes in? Yeah. Now, I gotta say, when I was doing this thing, it did not feel like I was getting slower, but watching it back, definitely got slower. I knew I got slower on the shuttle runs. I could feel that, because I could feel the little turns in the first couple of rounds, almost fun. I'd get to pivot in the shuttle run, I'd do like a little kick out to the side. But as it got later in, very much no. I did feel good that all our shuttle runs, we do the 4-point shuttle. The 4-point shuttle is gross, and I know why it's gross. I know why it's gross. It's gross because you have to bend over and get your hands on the floor. Like, that's the gross part. That's why we do that part. And now when we do the... Ooh, there's the man. There's the man. That's all you, Tash. That's all you. He heard me. When you just have to do the 3-point, it's so much easier, but it still gets really, really fatiguing. Because if you notice, every time you do a burpee, you have to bend over and reach to the floor. And every time you do a shuttle run, you have to bend over and reach to the floor. Well, I guess for a shuttle run rep, you have to bend over and reach the floor twice. Yeah, there it is. There it is. Oh yeah, I can feel that guy starting to walk. Oof. Will there be a read? I don't know. Maybe. See how I feel. Because, like, you look at this and it's like 60% of that is just I would need more fitness to go more fast. But 40% of that is maybe I just need to do it with you guys tomorrow morning. No, I'm not doing it tomorrow morning. But maybe I just need to do it with, a bit of a different mental outlook. Yeah. Michelle Letton. I don't know if you know who that is, but she went to the games, I don't know, 6, 7, 8, 10 times. She went there a lot. Now she coaches Pat. She coaches a couple other people. That blonde girl with an accent. What's her name? Not Paige Powers. No, the other one. I can see her face. No, I've lost it. Anyway, so about 4 minutes left in the workout here. Something that's super interesting. Now, the reps that these guys are at, they're pretty much in step with each other at the 121. So, spoiler alert, in about 30 seconds or so, they're going to hit the number that I end up getting in total for the workout. Now, normally something like this, if it's an AMRAP and I watch the open announcement, and this has been true since pretty much day dot, if the big dogs get 300 points, I'm going to get maybe just over half. So like 150, 160, 170, something like that. Whatever they do, I do about half as much. But today, so yeah, 127, there they go. It's a lot closer. So Pat ends up getting 162 and Roman gets 167. So 127 to 162. I'm not saying that I could get any closer to 162, but what I'm saying is that every rep in this is really valuable. You know how last week the big thing was if you can get muscle ups, a muscle up, it's a massive separator. Like I redid last week and I just got that extra muscle up and it put me up like 45,000 places. So this week, I think that's going to be a big thing. You're going to have to fight all the way to the end of the 15 minutes because just one more shuttle run could be 5,000 places. It could be that tight. Sure, there's going to be some freaks come out, get like 180 or something like that, but don't sweat them too hard. They're probably going to die in the thrusters. Oh, in the Larrikins cam, watch the clock. See that? See how it jumped like that? So now I'm just go black screen for a little bit. Oh, okay, yeah, when I put this together, I don't know, teasing Americans. But you can see, that's good timing. So when I jump down from the burpee, have a look what my feet do. All right, jumping up, having a great time. Jumping down on one foot. Going into this thing, I had a really tweaked left calf. And I thought it was going to give me a lot of grief on the shuttles. Didn't really on the jump up into the burpee. Just the landing, man. That landing was killing me. So I think, okay, there's a bit of two-footed stuff there. Maybe I dip in and out of it. A lot of things happen in this workout I don't really remember. Oh, here we go. The boys are back. Welcome back, boys. So yeah, about a minute and a half to go. Yeah, there was a lot of talk. I was mumbling over it earlier, but there was a lot of talk from the commentators about doing the kipping. I think you got to leave the kipping as a last resort. When you jump up, because the distance, like, so you measure your hand, and the pull-up bar just has to be like just above your hand. So if you give it like that much in the jump, you're already halfway through your pull-up. Just finish it off. Kipping, you're going to have 2 time losses. 1, it takes longer. 2, you're not always going to come down. Like when I'm coming down off the pull-up bar, I come down in the same spot every time. It's super predictable. Going up, it's just a straight line. So with the kipping, now you've got to try and recenter yourself. I feel like you'll lose so much time. So don't kip if you can avoid it. And I don't think you need to have like 10 strict pull-ups to be doing these jump strict pull-ups. Because they're not strict pull-ups. They're jump pull-ups. So you don't need to be super strong to commit to those. Yeah, see this thing with the stream? It cuts out a little bit. It chops up a little bit. Our clocks are still pretty close though. And don't forget in the upper corner there, Larry's still going to be open for us on Sunday. He's a good guy, that Larry. I totally forgot about the Recovery Lab birthday party on Tuesday night. Maybe that's why I'm pushing recovery labs so much. Alright, our last 10 seconds. Oh yeah, I go for... These are my only fast ones for the whole workout. Epic. As you can see, I put the important information in a larger font there so you can absorb that. Oh, he got 168, Roman did. I think I said 167 before. Now, this little period here, I've put off talking about the thrusters. The thrusters are awesome. The thrusters are by far the best part of this workout. Really, you've just spent 15 minutes warming your legs up. You haven't spent 15 minutes fatiguing yourself. Be real clear on that. You spent 15 minutes warming your legs up. I'm going to have to go and check, some old notebooks somewhere. But I might have PB'd my lifetime thruster at the end of this workout. And that's not because I'm coming off the end of an 8-week thruster cycle. Far from it. Far from it. But they felt good. Oh yeah, that's it. Organize those fans. I don't know if you could tell, but that fan was just going straight up my back the entire workout. Now, Roman does one at 60 kilos here, and as you can see, now I kind of watched these guys finish. I was kind of warming up while they were wrapping up their workout. Who's that loading that bar? No, it doesn't matter. So I noticed he started at 60. I chose to start at 70. Because I assume I'm stronger than Roman Krenikov? Not exactly. Ooh. Velna. So, because I wanted to... Here I go. We should all just watch. Awesome. Awesome. But that's exactly what I wanted out of my first lift. I went up to that bar going, holy crap, bro, this is 70 kilos, and you've just been running for 15 minutes. Is this a good idea? So I knew I'd have to grip my teeth, tighten my belt, hold on like my life depended on it. Well, maybe not that hard, but, and I had to really commit to that first lift. So now my whole nervous system is online. Like, we are expecting to do heavy things now. Every muscle has gone, oh, okay, I got to tighten up the corner and do this and do that and talk to the ligament and talk to the tendon. All right, I got to be ready because we've just done that and there's every chance we might do that again. So that was my theory. Just a theory. I don't know if that's everyone's best move. But see the weird weights Pat... Well, I say weird weights. Obviously they're weird because they're pounds. What happened there? Hang on. I just want to go back a second. Ooh. Yeah, I don't know about that one. Shilton, myself, Jacob, Beth, we were talking about this morning. We think a forward step is passable because it's still pretty fluid. Like, you're up and you're just correcting a little balance. It's not like you're stopping or anything. You're correcting balance. But if it looks like you're going into a jerk, that is strictly not allowed. Anyway, so if you're looking at the numbers that these guys are doing, well, you can't see Romans because there's much more important stuff on that side of the screen, but they're not doing 225. They're not doing 265. They're not doing, all the usual pounds numbers. They're putting on just a couple of extra pounds every lift to make sure that if someone comes in just does the rounder numbers, that they'll clip them by a little bit. The conversion for us is pretty cool. So we have to record our scores in pounds, and if you get a decimal place, you round up to the next pound. It says that on the rule card. It says you round up. It doesn't say you round, which could be up or down. It says you round up. Ooh, that 270 looked rough. So on my barbell, I did 70, I did 80. They felt pretty good. And sorry, that's just the edge of the camera frame there. I set it up in a bit of a hurry to be like, all right, let's go. But you can still sort of see that it's happening. 295. That is a lot. Yeah, so there I'm at 86, and I'm doing the same thing. I'm adding that extra kilo because, a lot of people will do 85. And I'm sure there's some sneaky... Yeah, there I panic a little bit, because if you look at the timer, and I did that when I was like, shit, that felt good, I can go heavier. I didn't have any more plates. That was the end of the plates. So we've run over to the rack, and I'm glad the boys were there to help me out with that. So we've got 30 seconds left. Yeah, I'm sure there'd be some tricky stuff you could do, and you could game that pounder conversion, but I don't think we need to. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about that level. Oh, look, Recovery Lab this Sunday from 10 a.m. Free 30-minute sessions, first in, best dressed. 91 kilo thruster. Eliteness. So with the thruster, the rule is that you have to get it off the floor for the bar to count. So you just have to get it off the floor by 20. So as you saw there, I got it off with like 2 seconds to go, and then I finished the whole rep with like 1 or 2 seconds over the timer there. But that's good to go. Okay, we've got... The doors will probably open kind of early tomorrow. Tash, you still coming in early? Is that a thing? Are we doing that? Anyway, I'll check on that. But yeah, we'll be open from at least 7:30. So like last week, we'll have the heat lists up. And first in, best dressed. If you want to get into an earlier heat, get in early. Get your heat... Oh, lovely, Roman. Get your heat... get your name on a heat list and start getting warmed up. All right, 8 o'clock tomorrow, and then we got Recovery Lab 10 a.m. on Sunday.